Hello again, Des. Right. Very quick little thing just occurred to me too. Nothing to do with what we were talking about a few minutes ago. It's Google Maps, and you probably know all about this, but just in case, just in case. Okay, so I'm Googling Google Maps. I'm going to click on Google Maps. You know what Google Maps looks like, I'm sure. We've got our little collapse side panel option and thing like that. Gives a bit more space. Okay. Um, you know, great. What you may or may not be. I don't know if you know if you use Street View. If you're familiar with Street View, very nice. Um, let's do a search for where. Well, let's do a search for bloody Coolkenna, County Carlow, Ireland. Okay, so it's gonna give us that little side panel stuff and some interesting stuff over there. Some quick facts. Look at that, wonderful, blah blah. And you'll be able to see certain bits and pieces. What I want to draw your attention to is the little yellow dude. Probably has a name. Don't know what it is. If you left click on him and drag him over. So keep the left mouse button held down. I've got the left mouse button held down all the time now. You'll notice that the lines on the map turn blue, or the roads on the map turn blue. If they don't turn blue, then you can't do this. Or if they don't change color, you can't do this. But I'm going to drag it over, and you want to be, look at him fucking swinging around there like a gobshite. What I want to do is focus on this circle underneath him that's green. Sorry, I'm pointing at the screen like a moron here. But if I drop that now, I'm going to let go of the mouse button, and you see what happens? Yeah. So that's it. We're now in Street View, right? And what you can do in Street View is you can use your arrow keys and move forwards and backwards and all that crack, and it's wonderful. Now, if you've got a wheel on your mouse, you can roll the wheel back out, and what it'll do is it'll zoom back out, so the wheel moves in and out. If you don't have a wheel on your mouse, you've got plus keys. You've got a plus and a minus key on your keyboard. Okay, so it'll be, you probably do have a wheel on your mouse, but just in case you don't, on the top of the keyboard, you've got the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. And to the right of those, you've maybe, it depends on your keyboard. Now, the laptop might be slightly different, but you've maybe got a plus and a minus key. And if you do, then you can plus and minus and stuff like that. And away you go. And if you see a little arrow on the road, you see when I move the mouse pointer around, you've got a little arrow that appears. That's not always the case, but if you see a little arrow, it means you can click on that and then go in that direction. And you can drag it around and have a little bit of a look. So maybe I'm looking at this and going, I don't know where the fuck this is. And let's come out a little bit. Spratt's Lane, where the fuck is that? I don't know where that is. And Jobs are good, and we can drag on over here and go in for a bit of a closer look. I don't. You'll recognize probably all these places more than I bloody do. That, and you might see that. So again, let's if we want to go and have a look at the Street View side of things, we'll click on that, drop the fucker, and we can look at that. Some of these pictures can be, so basically somebody went along with a camera. A guy in a car or a bike went along here with a camera and videoed all this shit, and it's mental. You know, somebody from Google. It'll tell you a lot of the time when it actually happened. So 2009, and indeed you can change the view. Look at that. Look at that shit. So that house, that's 2019. If we go back further, that's what that looked like back then. Okay, and if we go forward in time, that's what it looks like now. We can even go forward to the present day, and you can see that it's changed again, hasn't it? So you can do all of it. That's sort of fancy stuff, and it's nice. And away you go. Um, and another really gnarly thing that I'm a bit loath to show you this or to mention this. Maybe you've seen this. You've probably seen this already. But if we keep going in here like this, so I'm using the wheel. Pardon me. I'm using the wheel to zoom in. Again, you can use the keyboard all you want. Plus and minus keys. Okay, so it's giving me a nice sort of a plan view of Leeds there, and that's grand. I can keep zooming in a little bit, and I can zoom in a little bit. Now, here's the gnarly thing, and this hasn't been done to every location on the planet yet. Google are getting there with it. You know, they're doing more and more every hour, every day. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down the control key. Okay, so I'm holding down the control key. Yep, hold it down now. Now I'm going to left click and keep the left mouse button held down. And with that held down and the control key held down, I'm going to pull around there like that. Okay, now that's pretty much where I want that to be. So I've let go of the control key and the left mouse key. Now look what I'm seeing. See that? It rolled. I'm moving the mouse there and I'm zooming in a little bit. we've got this crazy 3D view. So it's not quite Street View, but it gives me more of an overview of what I'm wanting to look at. So again, if you hold down the control key, you can use the mouse to drag around and spin and get the different places where this hasn't been done. You won't see real 3D like this. It'll just look fake. And that's my alarm going off telling me that I've got to go and do cooking stuff. But there you go. Rewind the video, have a little bit of a look. That particular thing is awesome. I can tell you that I think it has been done for Sonoma. So again, if I'm rolling the mouse button, I'm zooming in here. Can we see that? Yeah, we can. So you can see that. You can see what some of the trees. The trees look like shit, right? They don't. There's no trees that look like that. But it's fairly nice for giving you a little bit of a flyover view of a place. Maybe you've never been to it before. Maybe you want to have a quick look. You got a little flyover view there. Again, you'll see the orange dude here. You can drop that on the road anywhere you want. And again, now this is now photographs. Okay, this is actual photographs, and you can get into some very interesting stuff with this. With a VR headset, you can actually turn around and it'll change this particular view. If you install Street View on your mobile phone, you'll see what I mean. You move the phone around and it'll actually the view will change depending on which way the phone is pointed. Gnarly. Okay, that's me. Got to go and do some cooking. Cool. Apologies if you already knew everything about Street View and stuff like that. And if it turns out that you know a whole bunch or you've got any little tips with regards to Street View usage, bring them, man. Let me know all about it because Street View is just one of the most incredible things ever. I spend hours in that particular thing. I'll strap on my virtual reality headset, which is a little holder. It's an actual phone holder. Let's grab the fucker. That's it there. You can see that it's nothing. It's not an Oculus. That's about $20 or $30 worth. And my mobile phone goes into this particular thing. I run Street View. I put this yoke on my head, and I just use a little controller. I've got a little controller that hooks up with it, and I'll go and spend an hour, 2 hours walking around Dublin or wherever it happens to be, Kilquiggan. I spent ages walking around Kilquiggan, going down to the old primary school and all that shite there a few months ago. But yep, cool. All good. Got to go and cook. All the best. Same bat time, same bat channel. Take care. Bye bye.